In 1969, the Commercial Dispatch paid $146,000 for a 10-year-old press that was shoehorned into the basement of our Main Street building. That investment paved the way for more than 50 years of mass manufacturing in downtown Columbus and created dozens of jobs over the years. I'm Peter Imes, publisher of the Commercial Dispatch. We've been printing here on site in downtown Columbus for more than 100 years on various presses. The press that we've got running now, the one behind me, was put in February 4th, 1969, and we've been printing on it ever since. We've added to it over the years, and now it's pushing 60 years old, and it's one of the last presses of its type in the United States.
Yeah, I'm Bernie Imes. I'm the former publisher of the Dispatch. My father was publisher before me, and son Peter is the current publisher. This is definitely a changing time for newspapers. I think papers are as vital now as they've ever been as the world's technology changes.
Everything on this press is manual, and we've had an incredible lineage of generations of pressmen who have worked on this press. It's a unique individual who can, day after day, pay attention to quality, demand quality, and in the meantime, get absolutely covered in ink.
Well, a pressman is a man or woman who operates the press itself. Means they're hands-on with the daily maintenance of the machine, as well as the daily operation of the machine, knowing how to repair the machine, as well as do routine maintenance, and how to properly operate the machine so you have less part failures and you produce a better product, which is the newspaper that everybody enjoys every day.
Yeah, I took ownership, and I've got a lot of sweat and tears in that machine, You know, on the weekends, I've had like 38 hours on it in 2.5 days.
There have been a few times since I've been here that we have had to stop the press because we've had a change in a story, a late breaking story or something. We've had to come down and stop to make a change. But that hasn't happened a whole lot, but it has happened since I've been here. Jamie, Jeff, that's Steve Jenkins.
Huh.
And Neil as well.
We'll be outsourcing to Tupelo beginning with January 2nd, 2026. Every night we'll send a van to Tupelo to pick up the papers. Nothing's going to change for our readers, except they're going to be able to have color on more pages. And as hard as these pressmen work, this is an older machine. Printing on a newer machine should give us a little better quality.
It's a sad evening in a way to see the end of the press. A lot of good men have worked down here over the years, and we will miss that aspect of the business.
It's sad. As long as I've been here, I've always enjoyed coming down and watching the press crank up.
When I read the story, just even that night when I was laying in bed, just the memories they kept flooding back until someone asked me about them, and then I couldn't remember them. But yeah, it's a lot of years, well, more than half my life, and a lot of my time was spent down here in the press room.
Tommy was my first supervisor. When I started in the mailroom, he was a mailroom supervisor.
A lot of good memories here.
We did the story and announced that we were going to be shutting down the press and that we were going to open this up to everybody. I had no idea that we were going to have this kind of response. So thank you for being here. It's been a really emotional past month and a half, but especially today. We've had people in and out all day. There's so many different roles that go into making the daily paper, and all of that work culminates in the press room, where we're going to go in just a minute. After all of that work, there's something reassuring about feeling that press rumble life. And y'all will feel that in just a minute if you haven't already. It doesn't matter how much work goes into the journalism that we do, how hard the reporters work, how hard our ad salespeople work to sell ads, to generate revenue, how many subscriptions we have. It all comes together in this press room, and it has for almost 70 years here in the basement on Main Street. The pressmen who have worked down here take great pride in what they do, and Time after time, I talk to them after important stories have run, and they take just as much pride in the printed paper as the people that wrote the stories.
I really can't tell you how gratifying it is to have really worked on a story, worked on a newspaper, and then to come down here in this room and this hear this behemoth come to life, and that work that you've done all of a sudden becomes reality or becomes tangible in the form of a newspaper, and it's going out into the world, and people are going to read it and think about it. And I think it's a powerful thing, an important thing for a community. The Dispatch will continue to do that. It'll just be in a different form.